Hello everybody on YouTube. Today it's snowing quite a bit. I thought I'd do a winter walk at Campgaw and stay off the main roads. So come on, join me. See what we find here. Campgaw is a reservation. Lenny Lenape Indians used to be around here. You can still find old areas where they used to live. Campgaw was privately owned by individuals. Later on, the United States military took over, and Nike base was located a quarter mile from here, and after that went out, they no longer needed this park, this area. Although Campgaw was still here as a park system, the Nike base was still down there. But that's all gone now. You can't even find where the missile launching area is. It's all houses now. We do have pictures of it when it was active. But the upper part of the mountain where the barracks were closed in the early 1970s, and it became a stable that the park system owns now. I used to work there when I first started working for the park system. I was used to work with horses. It was an interesting job. One of my first jobs with the parks. And I ended up working for the park system for over 40 years. I am retired now. But I love the history of northern New Jersey and the surrounding areas. And I love to study the local history. So anyway, we're going to go for a walk today, hike, whatever you want to call it. See if I can show you some history of this area. Right now you're revealing the archery range that used to be across the street. When 287 was built, they moved it over here. Campgaw has a very popular ski area, and believe it or not, it's still in business. That's a private concession now, not longer run by the park system. I did work at the ski area during the winter under the park system. That was interesting. I don't know if you can see it in the lens, it's snowing here. I don't know how long we'll stay out here. Right now it's not too bad. So just to show you, see the walls here? Look at the walls. This is all field at one time. Farm fields. A lot of times I used to spend some time exploring the old rock walls. See what you can find along these walls. People have found belt buckles and horseshoes and other small items like old antique bottles. I remember finding a bottle that was made in Patterson, and it had a date on 1870. And I gave it to a friend who was a bottle collector, and she told me she got $200 for the bottle. Live and learn, right? Who knew? It don't matter. At least somebody made use of an old bottle. Look at these rock walls here. All through here. Hard to believe this was all field at one time. So anyway, besides the ski area that's located at the Campgaw, there was also a toboggan area. And we're going to try to walk down there today, what's left of it. So during the 1960s, Bergen County and decided they wanted to attract more people to the area and make it interesting. So the park system started to make interesting areas like the ski area, the golf course, and so on. And one of the ideas was very unusual. It was a toboggan slope, and it was built in the mid 1960s. I believe it was 66 or 67. It was built and opened. And my dad took my brother and me there. And when we got there, we thought, oh my gosh, look at that crazy place. It looks so high. There's another rock wall here. Look at that. Look at all the rock walls there. Isn't that so interesting? You wonder how they moved these big rocks. I always wonder that. Anyway, getting back to the toboggan area. We're going to go this way. Try going this way. So we decided, well, let's go try it. So we rented the toboggan. I was a very young kid back then, so my brother and father took the toboggan, and we found out we had to haul that toboggan all the way up the hill. Well, a little kid, I was so excited, I just ran ahead of him. Like, come on, Dad, let's go. Come on, Dad, let's go. And they had to drag that toboggan up that steep hill. When they got to the top, we all got on this. 3 of us got on the toboggan, and we thought we were crazy for doing this. Look at that rock wall. And they launched us, and we went flying down that ramp. And all I could see was trees flying by, and we all felt like we wanted to scream, but we didn't. We just hung on for dear life, and we went flying. When we got to the bottom, we all got up and said, wow, let's do that again. So we kept running up that toboggan and sliding down, running up and sliding down. Well, the toboggan area just opened, and they realized that people were getting more rides than they bargained for when they paid the price. So they raised the fee after we were there. That's so funny. Look at this tree. Look at that. Isn't that something? So we only went there once. I wish I had taken pictures of it. I can't find pictures anywhere in the toboggan area. Not many people know about it. So I'm going to show you today. If it doesn't snow too hard, I'm going to try to make my way down over there through this forest, see what's left of it. The toboggan area closed in 1976. No, maybe it was 78, all around there, late 1970s. I remember maybe, no, 1980, I think it closed, 79, 1980. I think that's right. And I remember trying to go over there during one winter. I said, "Mother, I'm going to get a job during the winter." So I drove over there, and everything was gone. I wouldn't say everything. The toboggan slope was still there, but nobody was there. They had closed. So I was disappointed. Another interesting thing about the toboggan slope is they wanted to find a way to get the people with their toboggans up to the top. So they had 4x6s, those trucks from World War II, the county bought, and they put seats on it. That didn't work too good, bouncing up those hills. People were getting jarred all around, hung on for dear life. That was better than walking your toboggan up the hill. Look, I'm just looking at this tree here. Let's go look at this tree a minute. Look at this tree. What an unusual tree. This is what I love to explore out in nature. Why it's snowing out. So, history has it that Indians would mark their spot with a tree. And there were a lot of Indians here at one time. And they would split the tree like this. And this would be a marking of something they would either bury here or whatever. Wonder what's there, huh? So that's a little history about the toboggan area. If we make it there before it starts snowing too hard, I'll try to show you later what's left. Not too sure if I should have my camera out in the snow here and keeping an eye on it. There's a whole wall here yet. It's amazing. When you're out in weather like this, the sounds are so different. I hear a jet way up there. That must be scary in a snowstorm. Flying in a jet. I hope you are enjoying the tour with me today so far. There's the ski area up there. Oh, they don't have any snow up there yet. I guess it was too warm to make snow. Wow. Around the Christmas time, it's very busy there. Imagine the business they are losing. Oh, wow. I bet they're hoping for snow. I don't want any snow. I'm sick of snow. Worked in it for a whole life. But in New Jersey, especially northern New Jersey, I should say, we get crazy weather here. It could be snowing in like a blizzard one day and go up to 70 degrees the next day. Yes, it does do that here. Any of you that live in northern New Jersey know what I'm talking about. That's what no winters are like. And one winter is not the same as another. We could get deep snow the whole winter, and it will stay deep snow a whole winter. And other winters you get nothing. There's Lake Campgaw down there. I don't know if you can see it in my lens in the snowstorm. Very pretty looking in the snow here. I'm actually enjoying this in this snowstorm. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay out here though. put my camera and worry about. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty down there? All right. We're getting near the old toboggan slope. When we get there, it's a very steep climb up there, but I'll see what I can do. Just show you what's left of it. So, in 1981, I joined the park system. And I first worked with horses. And I went up from there. I started going all over the parks. I actually did park ranger service by horseback, unofficially, but I did. That was very interesting. And I remember after the ski area closed, I mean the toboggan area closed, I remember going down there and the toboggan storage building was still there and it was filled with the toboggans yet. Oh, another interesting story about the toboggan area, because of what I said about the New Jersey weather, where it could be cold and snowy one winter and warm and nothing the next. Look at that. Look at that. That they had a cooling system on the ramp to freeze the water, so you could have a thin ice so the toboggans would go down the ramps. And that got to be, some days it got to, some winters it got to be so warm that wouldn't even work. So they decided to put roller bearing rollers on the ski, I mean on, I keep saying ski, on the toboggans ramps, the slopes. And you can imagine taking the toboggan down that ramp on those roller skiers. The roller skiers are those things they use or used to use when they unload trucks, and they'd slide it down this rollers that look like skate wheels that they used to use on skates. And that's what I don't even know the professional name of it, but that's what they did. And it worked, but it was so noisy. I said you could hear a toboggan going down that slope for just an exaggeration, a mile away. Imagine. I want to just show you this here. My dad used to take me hiking when I was very young. And here is an old Indian or cabin here, and I remember walking here and two old ladies were standing here, and she said right here, standing at the doorstep here, I used to live here. And I found that so interesting. Let's see if I can get all through here in a minute. Right here, she stood at this doorstep right here and said to my dad and I used to live here. And we said, wow. She said, I was born here. And of course, I was too young to say anything, but I found that fascinating. Look at this, and there's an old entrance there. They used to go to this house. This has deteriorated even more since when I was a little kid. It's still there though. But that started my thoughts about, I'd like to find out more history of this, of northern New Jersey. Even though I was a very young kid back then, I still thought that was interesting. Okay. It's very cold and damp out. Typical winter day, or late fall day, whatever you want to call this. It's the middle of December. Daylight days are very short. Nighttime is very long this time of the year. Okay, we are almost to the toboggan area slope here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here first. And I'm going to show you where they used to store the toboggans. They just recently demolished this building. I know, it's something that they did. Here it is. We are at the toboggan area now. I have no idea what this is. It could have been a stop that they took out of the building. Boy, it's really starting to snow hard now. I don't know what this is. They must have maybe pulled it out of here. They just demolished this building this year because people were hanging out in it and doing things that who knows. Listen to it snowing, huh? I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this camera out in this weather, so let's see if I can just get this documented for everybody to see a minute here. Okay, here's the shed where they kept all the equipment, and the toboggans were in here. I'm going to walk my way up to the top here in a minute. Oh look, they got the gate open. That's something. A lot of people wonder, what is this lodge doing here in the middle of the forest? Well, here's your answer. This was the toboggan lodge. They boarded it all up, but not too long ago you could look inside it, but of course people would start throwing rocks through the windows. Look at that. Still standing here. Oh, by the way, Campgaw is also a camping area. That's the well. So you would go in this lodge and had nice chairs in here and a fireplace. It was quite well thought up as something very interesting for everybody. It's all boarded up, and you could look out from this lodge and see the toboggan slope, which is right ahead where the camera is pointing. We're going to go down there now and I'll show you what's left of it. After the toboggan slope was closed, they sold the ramp, I believe, to Great Adventure. And you can read up on it. I believe some people got killed at Great Adventure years ago when their toboggan came off the ramp. And I could see how that happened, because when we were riding here, some guy ahead of us with a cowboy hat on lost his hat and it landed on the toboggan ramp, and when we came down, our toboggan hit it and our toboggan almost went flying off the ramp. So that was scary. And we told somebody, and they had to close the whole place down till they got that hat off. So I'm standing over the slope here, and right down here is where they stored the 4x6 World War II trucks. This was their parking spot here. During the summer they'd leave it there. and you had to walk down here, and you loaded it on. You walked up actually a ramp or whatever right here onto the trucks, and they bounce you up the mountain on that. Oh boy! And this is where the toboggan slope is. So you'd have to take your toboggan now when you got from the lodge, or you take it from down here, and you pull it down here. And make your way up. The entrance trail went over to the right, and I just want to show you stuff that's still here yet, if it's not going to snow too much longer. I have to get my camera out of this weather. It's not good having a camera in here. It's too expensive. But the toboggans would slide down real fast on the ramp, and they'd have a stopping ramp right in here somewhere. See if I can find it. And then after the stopping ramp, they'd have bales of hay. Here you go. Here we are. Look at this. So see this concrete here? Look at that. See that? There are two of them. You can just barely make them out. There's one on this side, right here. There you go. That's what anybody knows, walks here and finds this. This is the toboggan ramp. What's left of it. This was supposed to stop you after you came down the ramp. And they had sides on it. And it didn't, because you had so much downhill pressure coming down there. You still slide, and you'd end up going halfway up the hill, which was fun. It's fun when you were a kid. You didn't think about getting hurt. There you go. Two slopes, two ramps, two ramps here. That's what's left of what's the toboggan ramp here. Some have been torn up for this here. Okay, and you would take your toboggan, drag it up. The ramp used to be hooked up right to here. That was the concrete stopper that your toboggan would slide in. All right, so we come up here. So this two ramp concrete sliding stopper would come. Here it is, all the way to here. So it went that far. Imagine that far, and you still slide on your toboggan that far. There you are. There's one here. Yeah. And one over here. And this is where the ramp now was tied into the steel ramp. So imagine this, that's the toboggan slope right here now. And you just come flying down this hill, and then you'd end up on this concrete sliding ramp here, which is supposed to slow down your toboggan, and it didn't really slow you down. You just kept going, and they had to put hay on the end, so it did. I mean, it slowed you down, of course, but it didn't stop you, and that was crazy fun. So you hear some electric wires up here. So, all right, so now the 2x6s would take you up this trail here, and it was more of a road back then, or you drag your toboggan up this way, and you'd go up this trail or road, whatever you wanted to call it, bouncing up, and that 4x6 is sitting in the back of that truck, holding on for dear life. And you get some crazy kid in there driving that 4x6, you'd really go bouncing. So this trail went all the way around parallel basically to the toboggan slope. There's some electric wires yet here. Notice the signs of dangerous to keep. Well, that was there since the toboggan slope was built. Now this is where the toboggan slope was put in. This was not a trail. This was a whole toboggan slope here. As you can see, it's pretty steep. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's pretty steep. And halfway up, I'll show you, there's the compressors to keep the steel ramps cold, so it'll freeze the water on them. But it wasn't enough to keep it cold enough to keep the ice on it. Still snowing. Gotta watch my step here too. It's getting slippery out here. All right. So you see these transformers here. Electric's been shut off for two of those for years. Here's the concrete spots where the legs of the toboggan slope was fixed to. You'll find a few of these along here. And here's where here's where the compressor was located. This is what's left of it. Midway. Yeah, there it is. There's what's left of it. So if you ever wonder what this is, if you ever came here, this is what's left of it. The air compressor that kept the slope cold. And it looks like they wanted to scrap this because they wrote some letters on it. Alright. So see if we can get to the top here yet before it starts snowing too much. That ruins my camera. There's another concrete slab where the legs were fixed to. They're both down for the ramp. As you can see now, it leveled off a little bit, but it's still steep. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I'm going to try and make my way up to the loading dock where they let the people get off the 4x6s. And another concrete slab where it was located, where they fixed the ramp to, right there. Try to keep my camera out of the snow. Maybe it's not a good idea to be doing this today with the camera. It's really snowing hard now. And another concrete slab here. You can actually see one of the bolt heads sticking out right here. Now it gets steep again. And another concrete slab there. Right there. This is a whole gravel floor here. I bet you a lot of people wonder why it's here. This is the reason. It's very steep here. Another concrete slab. Somebody marked the bolts that are sticking out here. And this is the beginning of the toboggan slope. You are at the top now. So you'd walk up a stairway to the slope. Here's one of the stairs here, right there. And over here should be a loading ramp where they unloaded the people off the 4x6s, and they would just drag the toboggan from the loading ramp right to get on the toboggan slope. Yes, here we are. It's still here yet. What's left of it, I'll show you. Oh, wow, it's slippery. I have to start heading back. And there's the toboggan unloading ramp where the 4x6s would back up here, and the people would climb off the 4x6s and pull their toboggan off, and they'd go to the toboggan slope and have fun going down. That's still here yet, what's left of it. You can't even tell there's a trail here now. It's all overgrown completely. Nature really took over. Look at that. Lots left of it. I don't think I'm going to go down this trail because it's snowing so hard now. But you could just make it out. That's right over there, and it goes around. So they bounced that 2 or 4x6s up here. They had 2 of them running all day long. Okay. Alright folks, I am going to head back down the slope. I'm starting to look like a snowman out here. This is very wet snow coming down here in New Jersey today. Mid-December. Well, maybe I'll keep this camera running so I get back to my car. I don't know. Let's see here. I was going to continue up the mountain here and walk the trails. You actually got to walk along a ledge when you get up there. And because it's so slippery, I don't want to do that today. I'm not too fond of heights and falling in the snow. So anyway, this is where you'd get on your toboggan slope and you'd fly down the hill, get to the bottom and start your climb all over, or get on the 4x6 and they'd pull you up. Here's some of the bricks here from the... Somebody would be up here with a radio, and they had electric that went up here to the guy that was in the shed to keep him warm. Not much use to that. All gone now. It's been gone for a long time. But in case you ever come to Campgaw and you wonder what this is here, well, now you know. It was an old toboggan slope, one of Bergen County Park's ideas to attract people to Bergen County, New Jersey. It was not a good idea. I had to say it was fun though. Very dangerous. You didn't really think of that when you were a kid though. Let's see, 1968. Yeah, I was 8, 9 years old. Yeah, now you know my age, everybody. Yeah, I did say I'm retired. I worked 40 years for the park system. Over 40 years. Boy, the snow is really blowing in on me. Look how steep that is. It's like right directly at me now. I don't like what's going on my camera. This camera costs a lot of money. It's the first snowstorm of the winter season here in New Jersey. It could be quite much accumulation. Well, nobody knows. That highway sound you hear in the distance, although it sounds very peaceful in the snow here, it's 287, Route 287, and they put Route 287 through here in the mid-1980s. Took a lot of houses out of the way. I hate to see this, what people do. Why do people do this with the dogs? If you're going to have to put it in a bag, take it with you. Don't just leave the bag there. It's very rude, you people with dogs. I mean, don't even put it in the bag then. Bags do not compost. Let the dog crap just lay there then. It's better than having a plastic bag. This is one of the big problems we used to have with people when I worked for the parks, and we used to write tickets to them. All that headaches now are gone. I'm just retired. I can forget all that now. Anyway, I'm not saying everybody's bad with dogs, but there are a lot of people that just have attitudes, and that's what causes problems for everybody else. So much for my venting here. If you're work for the public, and especially for Parks Department, you have to deal with a lot of people. And they were always right, you were always wrong. But that's how you had to look at things. Wow, it's really getting slippery out here. Really getting slippery. Look at, can you see that rock wall in the distance? Look at that rock wall. Yes, this was all farm field up here. I'd like to go out there and look, but it's too slippery. I hope I don't fall on my butt here going down the steep hill here in the snow. I usually go out with cleats when I know it's going to get slippery. But as you saw at the beginning of this video, there was no snow on the ground. I should have known better. Once I get down this mountain slope here, it should be okay now. We're almost down, but still got a ways to go yet. It is snowing. You know, when you're a little kid and it snows, and you're so excited because it's going to be so much fun to go out and maybe you can get off from school. But when you're not a kid anymore, it's not that much fun anymore. It's just a pain in the butt. there's the trail right there. They took the 4x2, the 4x6s up. It's just a pain in the butt, and you have to clean it, and you have to deal with it. I used to love winter time when I was a kid. I don't mind winter. I just don't like the snow. I know a lot of you love the snow out there, and it has, you know, I live in a 4-season area, so there's beauty in every season. I love to have to look forward to it. And what's nice about the area I live in, I put my glove over to clean the camera, is you get sick of one season, you have the next to look forward to. It's not going to stay. So I just want to show you something. I'm looking out in this swampy area here, and with the snow coming down, the swamp hasn't freezed over yet, but I think that looks very pretty. Can't clean up again. As the snow gently falls down in the water here. So peaceful here and quiet. If you didn't have to hear the highway, it'd be amazing here. Let's get out of here before it gets too deep. We're back down where the concrete ramps are here now. Off the slope. There you go, right there. Big trees in the area now here where the ramps used to be. We are down. I am down now off that steep slope. I say we because if you're walking with me, you're watching this video, you're actually walking with me today. I'm glad you joined me today if you are watching this video. I hope you're enjoying what I'm videoing here. As I always say, please subscribe and like the video and share to my channel. I told you that before, and I always say it again. It means a lot to me because it lets me know that you are enjoying what you are viewing, and it gives me more ideas. And I keep going, doing more videos like this then if you like it. So it helps me let me know what you like. I don't just do videos of the blueberry farm, especially during this time of year. The blueberries are a seasonal crop. July, and in June, all July, and about the mid-August. After that, I do farm and other things, other vegetables, and I have a botanical garden there in the farm. But I do like to get out away from the blueberry farm and do hiking tours of northern New Jersey and other areas. And this is one I'm doing today. Okay, it's still early in the afternoon. It's around 2:30. So we're back down now. So I am on an old trail here, but this is not an old trail. This is an old road here. I'm gonna clean the camera off, everybody again. This is called Fike Road. Used to be a road and it went along residence. That lived on here. This sign, it's deteriorating. They should put a new sign here. This is very interesting to read, and this gives you an idea what used to be here. Look at that, huh? See that? Mortar chips from rocks have been found here. I know that. I remember talking to people who said they found some of that. And this trail extended all the way to Delaware, to the Atlantic Ocean. It's something. Campgaw meant goose or groundhog. There's a lot of groundhogs here. Yeah. To the Indians, and mala was the word for field. Yes, as I said, this was all fields here at one time, farm fields. There's a little pond here. Obviously it was built when the farms were used to be here. Somebody rebuilt the release dam here. Authorized personnel only. What do you think? No. Okay. Let's go this way. That was an old trail here. I'm just going to go up a short ways to show you. Oh, we can do it right here. When they first built opened up Campgaw for hiking, there used to be a sign here that said Indian Trail. Yes, it was right here. And the Boy Scouts, they put railroad ties in along this trail here. A big task that must have been. And they did a really nice job, but the problem was it made it harder to walk up this trail. See the railroad ties up there? And everybody avoided walking up those stairs and walking around the ties. So it wasn't a very good idea. So it was somebody's idea to keep the Boy Scouts busy, I guess. There is an old foundation here. I don't know what used to be here, but here's the posts. Could have been a house, could have been a barn here. And that's where they put the beams for the building. Of course, that's all that's left of whatever used to be there. I'm going to get down off this mountain here again. I'm not going to climb no steep mountains today in the snow. Okay. And there's somebody with a dog. Let's see what they say here. Oh, she got it on the leash. Okay, I don't want a dog to chase me with my camera on right now. Alright, yeah. So this is Fike Road, an old Bergen County road that used to be maintained. Hasn't been a Fike Road entrance for years. I'm gonna have to turn the camera so I don't get people in it, although they don't want to be in it.
How are you?
Alright. That's a big stick.
I never get a big enough one. I thought he's got a long way to walk. I don't know how to make it.
Oh wow. There's another foundation here. I was just laughing at the dog had a huge branch in his mouth. Okay. We're in back of the lake now, and I swear there's steam coming off that lake. We're gonna have to take a look at this. What I want to do though is I want to go up to the ski area while we're here yet. Let's see what's going on there while I'm walking here. It's still snowing. Let's go over here where I don't get wet feet. On Fike Road, if you're familiar with Campgaw and you wonder if Fike Road went, it started off of Campgaw Road and it ended up down to 202 by the Rampo River. I'll go out here a minute. There was a lot of old roads that Bergen County abandoned when the park system took over. Alright. I don't know if that's... You know what? That's ice out there. That's what that is. Snowing like mad. Get a view of the lake here in a minute. I hope it don't snow any harder around here. I'm gonna better head back to the car because it's not gonna be very good traveling back. But it's very peaceful out here in the snow. Although I don't like to see it snow because I don't like snow. It's still peaceful. The sea coming down. Okay, I gotta clean the camera off again before I start walking. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh boy, it's really covering. Okay. I was going to walk further on the trails today, but not in this storm. I'm going to try to head back. I got about a mile back to walk. Maybe I'll take the road, the entrance to the ski area back, the road down there, instead of the slippery trails. As I'm starting to get a little cold and damp out here. I'm certainly not going to take that trail. I almost broke my neck going on that trail. It is a bad trail. And with the ice and snow on, nah, I'm just going to go up this way. Take the road back down. There's the lake again. Much safer taking the road back in this kind of weather. So this is a joke here. They put stairways here. Never used it. I don't know why they did some things with the park system. But they did. No, the ski area is not open. Not open. Because there's no snow out around yet. They make their own snow, of course. It's gotta be cold enough to do it. We're on the road now. I gotta just point the camera up to the skier. I gotta just show everybody that, yeah. The ski area is still in business yet. It's no longer run by the park system. Hasn't been run by the park system in years. But it's open and it's run by a consignment. Well, there are people here walking around. I'm not the only crazy one here out in the snow. And there's the ski slope. No snow up around whatsoever. I was gonna walk up there today, but not with this snowstorm going on. Alright, let's head back to the car. Ticket window is closed. Wonder why. There's all the snow machines. People walking their dogs up there. Bergen County, safety first. That's interesting. I think a lot of people are getting itchy to go on skis here and see if it's open. Bike road went right over there and went down to 202. So I actually crossed from here, across this parking lot, went down there. Of course, the parking lot wasn't here when the bike road was still being used. And Fike Road is no longer, you can't even find Fike Road beyond here because they built big housing development in there, which I think is a shame. It should have had, the parks should have took over that whole beautiful forest and preserved it. I'm gonna clean off the lens, everybody. Just hang on. Okay. I hear a vehicle up in the woods there. Sounds like it's stuck. Huh. Huh. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he's up in up there somewhere. It sounds like a quad. Somebody took a quad up there. Yeah, he's up there. Somebody's stuck up there with their quad. I'm just gonna cut across this grass here so I can cut off some footage walking. Nice birdhouse. Blueberry house, huh? Very nice. Good to see that. Somebody's thinking. Okay. Now we walk down this road. Got a ways to go yet. Let me check my lens here again. Alright. By the way, I don't put myself in view of the camera, at least right now. I know a lot of YouTubers are always showing themselves in the camera, but it's not, I don't think that's what people look for. You know, you want to see the scenery and what's going on around, not somebody talking in front of the camera. I don't know, again, that's my point of view here. So you may not see me at all or very little in front of the camera. It's just what my thought is, that people don't want to go the car down the road. I don't think people really want to see a person and hear a person talk while they're showing themselves on camera. I just want to show the scenery and what's around, so you probably won't see me on the camera, and if you did, it'd be very little. Okay, that's the trail I was gonna take. See that bridge way down there, if you can see it in the camera? No, I'm not taking that trail today. It's way too slippery. I'm just gonna take the road back. A very steep trail down there, all rocks. Still snowing. I'm brushing the snow off a lot here off me. Let's check the lens again. Alright, let's clean the lens, everybody. So you see something going in front of the lens. That's just me doing the camera. Okay. Let's go over here and walk along the lake here. So that shed there is the pump house to pump water up to the ski slope so they can mix snow. And for years it used to be a well here, and it was high quality, beautiful, clean water. People used to come from all over and fill up their water bottles with water there. Well, guess what happened when they built the housing development? They disturbed the natural water that used to flow between the rocks coming down the mountains, and it became contaminated, and they tested the water. It had benzene in it. Can you imagine now the pollutants of some company and houses and other bacteria from septic? Oh man, what a shame. Oh, look at the snow now here in this the lake here. I'm on the trail now. Back on the trail here. I'm gonna walk on the trail for a little bit, and then I'll go back on the road again. Look at that. Thousands and thousands of frozen raindrops coming down and onto the lake here. And onto my camera. Oh, this is not good. I gotta get this out of the rain here, out of the snow. I better head back. I don't want to ruin my camera. It's starting to really come down to my camera. And it's very slippery here. Whoa, wow, is it slippery here. End up in the lake. I am definitely taking the road back to the car. Get off this trail here, back on the road. I just gotta go up this slope here yet, and the car is right on the top. Actually, my car is not on top. I have to walk down the trail yet. Alright, what you gotta do. Maybe I'll just take the road back instead of the trail all the way. Let me check the lens. Oh, well, I hope I don't ruin my camera out here. Okay, we're back at the trailhead here. I'm just gonna gently walk down this trail to the car. Very careful on this trail here. Well, remember when I started out here? No snow here. Now look at it. It's getting close to an inch of snow on the ground here out in the forest. Good thing we're heading back. Sorry about the dings from my phone. I try to turn it off, but sometimes I need to have it on. Okay, gotta get the snow off my poor camera. I can't afford to buy another camera right now. Alright, still dinging. Alright. I used to love to walk in snowstorms when I was younger. I'd say in my 20s, teens, early 20s. It doesn't really thrill me much anymore. That's where that trail would have came up when I showed you the bridge. We're going this way. this way to the car. Come on, phone, quit dinging. Keeps on, I'll turn the sound off. Oh well, you hear me talking anyway. It's not one of the peaceful hikes today. I'll just do a talking video tour out here, so it doesn't matter if the phone's dinging. Alright, we're almost back. There's that tree. I'm getting pretty slippery and wet here. Don't want to fall on these rocks out here. I sure wish I took my cleats with me out here. Weather prediction is wrong. They said they didn't say snow this much out here, but you know, you have to have some common sense too when you go out in the forest all alone. You never want to lose your common sense. You have to always think ahead before you go out. That should be alright. I'm almost back now. Look at how pretty it looks in here though. Along these old rock walls here. Look at that. Snowing and snowing and snowing. The ground is getting whiter and whiter and white. We make a left turn here. And we continue down this trail until we get to the road again. Look at that, how pretty that is though. I don't really care for winter and snow. But as I said, look at that. It's so pretty, even in the snow. The snow even has a nice, interesting look to it. Out in the forest. Look at how it just lights up the forest. Boy, you don't see one animal or bird out here right now. They're all taking shelter. Just me being crazy out here in a snowstorm today, walking. Well, it's a good thing they're heading back. Alright. A little further yet and we're back to the car. And then I gotta drive the road. That shouldn't be too bad yet. Getting out here early. Lucky it's not dark yet. Alright, lens cleaning time, everybody. Okay, alright. There's the big walls that were through here. It goes all through this area. So interesting. Maybe one day I'll take everybody on a video tour of the old farm walls that are in here. I don't know. Let's see what happens. What do you think, everybody? Think you'd like to see that? See what we can find along these walls, these old farmer walls? Please let me know in the comments. I like your opinion on everything that you'd like to see or or you like doing on doing out here. Makes it fun for everybody to sit back on a cold winter day and watch these videos while I go out trekking away in all kinds of weather conditions. Let's see what we can find. Look at that. Look at that wall. It goes so far. Old farmer walls. So the farmers, one that built these walls, they come out here with their horse and sled, wagon, whatever they used, oxen, and they clear the fields. So when they plow up the rocks, as you know if you're a farmer. That's what happens. So it would take the rocks, they have to put it somewhere. So they put it along their boundaries. That was the boundaries of their property. And it also mark out their property, so neat idea. Also, it wasn't all farm fields, it was cattle fields here and everything like that. So but it's still like to clear out the rocks. So during off season, that was something they would do. And they try to remove as many rocks as they can before it snowed. Or they do that all winter. You still in New Jersey weather, as I said, it can be cold and snowy one winter and warm and rainy or dry another winter. No snow. But that's how they would do that. And that's why you see these walls here now. A lot of history on these walls here. They're all through this area because it used to be farms here. Ah, there's my car in the distance, everybody. We are getting out of here. Alright, everybody. Well, listen, I'm going to head to my car now and head back before the roads get too bad. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the hiking video tour today. I'm going to clean the lens off one more time while I chat. So, as I said, please subscribe to this channel. It tells me you are enjoying what you are viewing. Share and like. It all means a lot to me. It tells me, again, like I said, you are enjoying videos like this. And if I do know you are enjoying videos like this, I will do more. So stop by again at my channel at Larry's Blueberry Farm and Gardens. I do tours of all areas of northern New Jersey and surrounding areas on off season, and try to get out during the summer too, but it's a little hard when you do a farm. So stop by again. Thanks for stopping by here now. Take care, everybody, and stop by again soon. Bye for now.